Edition of, you guessed it, Joel Davis Media Network. I'm your host, Joel Davis. And man, we got a big jammed up show tonight. We're going to be talking about Pam Bondi is not playing games. She is definitely not playing any games. She is out here making sure that people know she is standing on business. And if you're not a part of it, then guess what? She is shipping you down the river with lawsuits and things going forth from there. We will also be touching base about what's going on with these liberal mayors and governors, how they're handling these lawsuits. Also, Trump won a big case today. He can now go forward with pushing the narrative of getting these federal employees out of here. So we'll discuss a little bit further how that went. And we will also talk about what is currently going on right here, right now, with everybody's trying to push this reparations. Come on, guys, you should have known it was coming again. You know, that's all this blackity black caucuses are good for. Once they get upset, they don't like what's going on with Daddy Trump, they want to go with, oh my God, I need reparations. Yeah, so it's nothing new. It's nothing that you should be shocked about. So, with that being stated, please sit back, relax, get ready for another jam-packed show. Again, thank you for the new followers on Rumble as well. Let's go and let's get it. And also, too, thanks for the new followers on my podcast as well. Official Patriot News Live also. What's going on, everybody? We are here, baby. Another edition of You Guessed It. Yes, Official Patriot News Live. Got my wife over here saying it with us. Oh! Shout out to my wife. She's not feeling good tonight, guys. But please, if you see her, because she do be on these social media streets, give her a holler and say, get better, Miss Davis. My girl. Yeah, man, she's a little under the weather, but it's all good. Man, oh man, Trump has only been in office, and he ain't been in office 30 days yet, bro. 3 weeks in, and this man is making the whole world go and kneel down on one knee. And I'm not talking about just our regular constituents around the USA when we come to the Democratic Party. I'm talking about world leaders, everybody, man. He ain't playing. He is standing on business. He is standing literally on business. It's you either going to be down with Trump or you going to get left behind. Now, a lot of people are not happy with how Trump is doing things. People in their into their feelings, talking about what he shouldn't be, and rah, rah, rah. Well, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. I mean, the man told you what he was going to do. The American people voted for it. So I don't even know why people are surprised. But I know one thing people are talking about, and that is Pam Bondi. And let me tell you, Pam Bondi is not playing with these lawsuits because she is making sure that everybody know that she is not playing when it comes to the United States of America. All right, so I'm gonna go up here and play a clip from the Gateway Pundit with her going in on these fools because she is very serious about what she's saying, and I think it's time for people to take notice that Miss Pam Bondi is about that life. So let me go ahead on and put this up here. Pause it. All right, this is fair use, fair use. This is from my source, Gateway Pundit. We're gonna go up here and play this guy full screen, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. So let's get it.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry we were a little bit late. I was in the West Wing swearing in Tulsi Gabbard, and so I just came straight back here. So thanks for being patient with us with the delay. Um, we're here today because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. As you know, we sued Illinois, and New York didn't listen. So now you're next.
Man, I don't know what to say about that, guys. That is hardcore. She basically said in so many words, "You're not listening to me. You're next." And I don't know how people can say that this lady is uh, being unfair because these guys have had a lot of time to get this taken care of. All you had to do was just listen. What's going on, Terrence? Terrence, man, do me a favor and share it. Share, Terrence, share. Share, man. Share my live on Instagram, bro. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my dog Terrence. My man's every day send me a text about something hilarious liberals be doing. So I appreciate you, Terrence, man. But yeah, this is nothing new. They knew this was coming. Now this is how this is going down and how she's planning on doing it. First of all, she stopped all federal funding from the DOJ to these sanctuary cities. Okay. Then, like she said before, she sued Illinois and their governor, along with their Chicago's bat crazy behind mayor Brandon Johnson. Now she's going after New York and Mark Schroeder, who is with the DMV. Like she said before, this is a new DOJ. They're holding you accountable. Now let's talk about the state of New York. She's saying that right now in the state of New York, millions of illegal aliens with violent records have flooded into our communities, and they've been bringing that violence. Now, the angel mom they talked about is Tammy, is her daughter Kayla Hamilton, was taken away from this earth by an MS-13 member. And they talked about this. I think this is a young lady that was in New York working in a store. She just turned 20 years old. She was violated, and then he took off this earth with no issues at all. And then after that, he was released. Then he was flown to Maryland, where, yeah, he was basically released, and he was flown to Maryland, and this is where that violent crime happened. My bad, I thought it was New York, but it was in Maryland. And this is more stories like this. This isn't no reach. This is real talk, guys. They have been doing this all the whole time that the Biden administration has been in play. They have been arresting these people, or they release them back into the community, or when they come through their border. And a lot of them ain't even supposed to be in this country. They give them a court date and told them to go on their merry way. That's why we got 15 million of these jokers running around here we ain't accounted for. But then again, Trump is the bad guy for going in and getting these jokers out of here. Everybody keeps saying, well, the children is over here with them too. Well, I hope you know a lot of these kids ain't even with their parents. Their parents sent them over here to be like trained to get money to bring back there. So this is nothing new. This has been going on for the longest of time. It's finally getting exposed, and people don't know how to handle it. And yes, is it a bad? Yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. It's sad. It breaks my heart to see that kids are getting exploited, but it ain't our fault. It's the parents that are doing that in Mexico and these other countries. They send these children over here because they getting paid a nice penny over there to let their children do whatever or however when they get over there. And then when that happens, them children's life is ruined. And they know it. And it's sad, man. It really is. And they want to sit here and try to play like America is the bad guy. The Republicans. We're the bad guy because we want to take care of our community. It's crazy, man. Crazy how that works. So thank you, Pam Bondi, for putting it on these jokers. Hopefully, we can get the results in this society that we need. And that is just straight fact. Now, we're going to talk about more money that is not being reported. Now, we got another one going on here. This one is crazy. Lee Zeldin reveals shocking abuse by Biden's EPA, a $20 billion part at outside financial institution in last-minute heist. Now, I'm going to play this video where they kind of explain how this all happened. And this is on Project Veritas. Shout out to Project Veritas, exposing these fools still. And they try to break him down. So we're going to play what Lee Zeldin has found. Again, this is fair use, fair use. Let me go and share this clip right quick before we start. Only place is going to give you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God, based upon what we got going on.
Hi, this is EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin. One of my very top priorities at EPA is to be an excellent steward of your hard-earned tax dollars. There will be zero tolerance of any waste and abuse. An extremely disturbing video circulated 2 months ago featuring a Biden EPA political appointee talking about how they were tossing gold bars off the Titanic, rushing to get billions of your tax dollars out the door before Inauguration Day. The gold bars were tax dollars, and tossing them off the Titanic meant the Biden administration knew they were wasting it. Following this revelation, during my meetings with members of Congress, I made a very important commitment to them and to the American people, which I reiterated at my confirmation hearing that if confirmed, I would immediately get a full accounting. Fortunately, my awesome team at EPA has found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly 20 billion of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA. This scheme was the first of its kind in EPA history, and it was purposefully designed to obligate all of the money in a rush job with reduced oversight. Even further, this pot of $20 billion was awarded to just 8 entities that were then responsible for doling out your money to NGOs and others at their discretion with far less transparency. Just under $7 billion was sent to one entity called the Climate United Fund. I'm sure you and I now have some of the same questions. How do these organizations decide how to allocate funding? How much money have they given out so far and to whom? Are there any former Biden EPA staffers who are now working at these entities? Let me make one thing abundantly clear. At this point, there is zero reason to suspect any wrongdoing by the bank. Here's my position as EPA administrator. The financial agent agreement with the bank needs to be instantly terminated, and the bank must immediately return all of the gold bars that the Biden administration tossed off the Titanic. EPA needs to reassume responsibility for all of these funds. We will review every penny that has gone out the door. I will be referring this matter to the Inspector General's office, and will work with the Justice Department as well. The days of irresponsibly shoveling boatloads of cash to far-left activist groups in the name of environmental justice and climate equity are over. The American public deserves a more transparent and accountable government than what transpired these past 4 years. We take our obligations under the law as seriously as it gets. I've directed my team to find your gold bars, and they found them. Now we will get them back inside of control of government as we pursue next steps. As President Trump has vowed, we are going to usher in a new golden age of American success for the citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed.
So, you guys saw it, heard it firsthand. This is astounding. All this time, our taxpayers' dollars have been wasted. So, you mean to tell me as another hard-working American, lower middle class, upper middle class, all the way down to people that's making tons of money, that's rich and the poor, that's been busting their behind paying these tax dollars because it was told that it was supposed to be for the good of the country, and these people are basically taking this money and wasting it and hiding it from another administration because they don't want them to find out that they're just collecting dust. This is horrible. This is why they do not want Elon Musk, aka Doge team, to continue to pry into the financial reckoning that's been going on in this country for years, because they know that as soon as it happens that we will be knowledgeable about what's going on with our money. Government don't want that. They don't want you to know that. That's blasphemy. They want you to keep paying them taxes and shut your mouth. That's what they want. You keep paying taxes and shut your mouth. $20 billion. Wow. That's why they get rid of all this. It's just to let you guys know what's going on. They funneling all this money to climate organization. It's disgusting. It really is. But I appreciate, I really do. Shout out to Project Veritas for putting that to light, and thanks for the EPA new chief Lee Zeldin coming in. That's what I like about this new organization that's working for Trump. They're transparent. These people are not running around here lying to us every 8 seconds. They're very transparent. They're very much telling you this is what we're doing step by step. We've never had any politicians be this outspoken and thorough since we've been doing, since we had anybody in office, whether it's Republican or Democratic. So this right here is a blessing in disguise. It really is. Now, here's another money thing that's been discovered that no one is not talking about. We done found out $2.7 trillion in fraudulent U.S. government payments discovered. Caroline Levitt responds. Now, if you don't know who Caroline Levitt is, that is the White House press secretary, youngest ever to do it. She is a rock star. And buddy, oh buddy, she is not playing. She can tell you what it is without no problems at all. So I'm going to play first my girl, my favorite of all. Y'all, if you know me by now, I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She MTG. She always keep it 3,000. So I'm finna share this right here. You know, a lot of people don't like her because they say she nasty and she this and that, the Wokians, but they don't like her because she don't care who you is. If you messing up, she calling you out. That's what we need. So let's go ahead on and play this clip from her as well. Again, fair use, guys. Fair use, fair use.
Over the last 20 years,
the United States government
has wasted
$2.7 trillion in improper payments.
just last year.
$170 billion were overpayments made to dead people,
criminals,
Are those no longer eligible for government programs?
over $44 billion.
$44 billion?
$44 billion.
Over $44 billion were made in payments that could be here or not. They just don't know.
Medicare and Medicaid are the biggest contributors to improper payments.
Under the Biden administration, $764 billion went up in flames due to many factors like inaccurate record keeping or outright fraud.
By taking a deep dive into these organizations, the DOGE subcommittee can effectively eliminate the money spent by unelected bureaucrats.
Putting trillions of dollars back in the pockets of American taxpayers should not be a partisan issue.
It's our job to identify waste, fraud, and abuse in the government.
We are done putting America last.
They're done putting America last.
We're done putting America last.
Americans deserve to know where their taxpayer dollars are going and how their government spends it, and that's exactly what the DOGE subcommittee is going to give them.
All right, you saw that, you heard that. That is the first thing that we're getting from this administration. Again, they are not playing. They are exposing all of the stuff that people are not being honest about. And I am here for it. So let's go to this next one. Let me pull this up for a minute. For this next one here. Now we're going to look at what Miss Caroline Levitt has to say about all this. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right,
I'm not sure if this might interest you, but people ask me, how did you lose so much?
Introducing the Ungun, the non-lethal self-defense platform, lightweight and simple to use. It uses an easy...
Back to Doge just for a second. Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marjorie Taylor Greene, her and her staff discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments to Medicare, Medicaid, overseas, to people who should not have gotten it. Some of this room might have missed that press conference. Can you elaborate on what the president is thinking at this point?
Well, again, that's another example. There's a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that Doge is identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked about yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, I would say that is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts they've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million, but only 500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that Doge is working on every single day. And I would just remind everybody in this room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering on a promise that 70.
Think nothing can save you in a crisis. Think you can.
All right, so that was that. I don't know what happened on that. Which was weird because that went pretty quickly. Sorry about that. I didn't know that it was going to cut off at that moment. But this is what she said if you missed it. She said, well, again, that's another example. Excuse me, let me go to the start from the top. Now, this is what was asked from Brian Glenn. I want to go back to Doge for just a second. Earlier, the subcommittee headed by Chairman Marjorie Taylor Greene, her and her staff discovered $2.7 trillion in improper payments to Medicare, Medicaid, overseas to people who should not have gotten it. Some in this room might have missed that press conference. Can you elaborate on what the president is thinking at this point? She said, well, again, that's another example. There is a very long list of the fraud, waste, and abuse that Doge is identifying on a daily basis. Elon Musk also talked yesterday about Social Security payments that are going out the door for people who are no longer with us, unfortunately. I would say that this is certainly fraud. There's also a lot of contracts that we've identified that, just as a hypothetical example, are $1 million being only $500,000 went out the door. So where's the rest of that cash? And so that's the thing. Those are the things that Doge is working on every single day. And I would just wait a minute. And I would just remind everyone in the room, this is what President Trump campaigned on doing. He's delivering a promise that 77 million people elected him to do. And that's the truth, because there is a lot of people that talk about the fraud that goes on with Medicare and Social Security and things of that nature. You know how many people I've talked to that have said that their loved ones have continued to get Social Security after they have gone on? You know, that's crazy. That really is. Like, what? You're not supposed to get no more of that. You ain't here no more. Why am I still getting a check for you? Not only is that fraud, that is very much criminal. And yeah, a lot of people are not feeling that at all. But this is what's going on. Trump is to the point now that he is exposing it. He wants everyone to see the truth. Like, hey, this is what's going on in our own backyard. And this is the plan to clean it up. So let's jump into what else has been exposed recently. Let's see what else. So let me see, guys. I am trying to find out if there's anything else. Oh, here's another one. I'm telling you, all of this is coming out, and mainstream media do not want us to know about this, but it's coming out in these other sources like the Gateway Pundit and everything else, because people want the truth. So let's look at this headline here. Now, again, this is fair use, and this article is from Gateway Pundit, a reliable conservative source that will not lie to you about half of the stuff that's going on. So this is Kristi Noem. If you don't know who Kristi Noem is, she is now our Secretary of Homeland Security, who is getting it done way better than Mayorkas was doing, along with Tom Homan, our border czar, and with President Donald J. Trump. Now, she is restoring FEMA to its core mission. Posted on the X platform, Nolan said that she had clawed back $59 million sent by deep state activists within FEMA, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Homeland Security, to house illegal aliens in luxury New York hotels. And yes, I did not stutter. We're talking about very nice luxury New York hotels. Now, she said, I've called back the full payment that FEMA deep state activists unilaterally gave to NYC migrant hotels, she wrote. FEMA was funding the Roosevelt Hotel that serves as a Tren de Aragua base of operations and was used to house Laken Riley's killer. And if you don't know who Laken Riley is, if you're from Georgia, my area, this is the young lady in college that was doing a run and got taken out of this world by an illegal immigrant that was not even supposed to be nowhere near that campus because of his antics and behaviors in the past. Mark my words, there will not be a single penny spent that goes against the interest and safety of the American people. And I'm with that. I support that. So that's why the Federal Emergency Management Agency Chief Financial Officer, 2 program analysts, and a grant specialist have all been fired from the Department of Authorizing the Payments. Thank you, Jesus. Effective immediately, FEMA is terminating the employment of 4 individuals for circumventing leadership to unilateral making egregious payments for luxury NYC hotels for migrants. Under President Trump and Secretary Norman's leadership, Department of Homeland Security will not sit idly and allow deep state activists to undermine the will and safety of the American people. And I'm with that because here's my thing. Shout out to, once again, Elon Musk with working with his Doge team. Why are we paying illegal immigrants that's not even supposed to be in our country that type of money to live in a luxury hotel? Have y'all ever seen the Roosevelt Hotel? Like how it looks on the inside and out? Let me give you a tour right quick of how that mug looks, so you can understand why it should be frustrating for you as an American to know that you got someone that's not even a citizen yet in this country living better than you. All right. So we about to go to the Roosevelt Hotel. We're going to the photo gallery of the Roosevelt Hotel. Now, I am about to share this with you again. If you're sitting down, I would want you to be sitting down. Don't be standing up, because when I share this with you, you may get angry. Don't want you to get angry, but I have to show you the truth, and the truth will set us all free. I promise you. So you want to see how our taxpayers' dollars was making sure that these folks that's not even a part of our country was living? Well, here you go. Welcome to the Roosevelt Hotel. Oh my God. Look at there, guys. What, it's like 80 stories? Look at there. This is what kind of bed they were in. Look at that. Huh? Look at that bed. Oh my God. Man, me and my wife didn't even have a bed like that in the honeymoon. Jesus Christ. So what does that thing go for a night? Like what, $2,000 a night? Good Lord. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that nice golden sheets and double beds. Man, they living good, man. Look at, imagine you come from a third world country and this is how you come up, nice vase, and look at the view out there, huh? Look at there. Oh wow. Man, these guys is living good. Pool table? You get a pool table in your room and nice little intimate candles? Damn, I don't even get that. Wow, buddy. Look at downstairs at the bar. This is what they get to. This is what you get to sip on. Look at that, huh? Oh man. I wonder if they had a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X down there too. Oh man. And it's the Roosevelt, guys. This is where our guys were staying at, huh? Yeah, that's where our immigrants were staying. This is their ballroom. I wonder if they had that kind of setup for the ballroom. Yeah. So while Americans out here suffering, trying to figure life out, this is how these jokers was living. Man, shit. Excuse my expression. And then you want to know why America's mad. This is why America's mad. This is why America is mad. This is why America went to the booth and voted like they lost their mind. Because debt is sickening. That is your Roosevelt, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Google Suck Free said, man, I'm so angry I can't stand up. Brother, I'm with you. I'm with you a lot. I am. I'm with you 110%, sir. I am with you. Believe me. Yeah, I am with you. Yeah, who would have ever thought that this cat was living better than us? And by the way, man, support the channel, man. Definitely support the channel. If y'all want to donate and help me continue with bringing the truth, that's my cash out right here. Don't be hesitant to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of people upset about this. Oh yeah, this is what y'all was facing. So while we was out here trying to deal with inflation and stuff, these jokers was living like that. Plush. Room service and all. Man, I don't even think some of these dignitaries get that kind of setup. That was a pretty nice hotel. Very nice hotel. So, moving right along, we're going to talk about the buyout program. Finally, it got approved. Now, y'all know that Trump has been trying to get this buyout program done for the last 2 weeks. Every time that he would bring it up, it would get struck down because people said that it was mean, it was not fair. You know, all the liberal judges were saying, nah. Well, this one here out of Boston, District Judge George Augustine O'Toole Jr., maybe common sense hit him today. I don't know if he's liberal or not, but he lifted the pause and said, let's go ahead on and proceed with this payouts if they want to resign or not. So he's offering these payouts to these workers if they resign by February 6th. and they'll receive their pay and benefits through September 30th. Now he's trying to offer the buyouts to make sure all federal workers are on board with the new administration's plan to have federal employees in the office. Now, if you're trying to say, well, Joel, I thought that the federal employees have already been in the office since the sweet and sour sniffles. Nah, it has not. See, what really happened is after the sweet and sour sniffles went over and the new administration took over, everybody was like, you can stay home, you ain't got to come in the office. You can continue to work from home. So while working from home, a lot of these federal employees ain't been doing their job properly. They've been playing Xbox 360 if they're old school, or Xbox Series X or any of that stuff, and just ain't been taking care of business. And because of it, it has now shown up in what we're facing right now. They're like, yo, y'all not doing y'all job, so we're firing you. But if you don't come back to this office, or you can resign and we can take care of you a little bit till September 30th, give you time to find something. Now, this offer does not include postal workers, military, immigration officials, or people in national security roles. So this is basically for people that work for the federal government that, does logistics or something like that nature, or does secretary work, whatever. Now, last week, the U.S. District Judge for the District of Massachusetts, which he is a liberal, George O'Toole, because he was appointed by Clinton, paused the February 6th deadline of the federal workers to take up Trump's offer to resign. Then Judge O'Toole said that Trump can proceed with his buyout program because the unions representing the federal workers were not directly impacted by the directive. They allege that the directive subjects them to upstream effects, including a diversion of resources to answer members' questions about the directive, a potential loss of membership, and possibly reputational harm. The judge wrote, according to the CBS News, that the unions do not have the required direct stake in the fourth directive, but are challenging the policy that affect others. So basically, what the judge basically is saying is, listen, this was dumb to block this anyway. All he's saying is you either come in the office and to keep your job, or you can resign and he'll pay your benefits and pay until the September the 30th. Give you enough time to find your job, things of that nature. That's all he was saying. It wasn't, and the only reason why why they blocked it, because it's Trump. If it was any other president, we would not been blocked. We wouldn't even have this conversation. So y'all know what it is, man. It's the same old same. All right, moving right along. If y'all enjoying this broadcast, please get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up, man. This helps me out. It helps not only me, but it also helps you to know when I got content coming in on all these social media programs, so you don't be behind. So please like it, like it, like it, like it. That's what we need you to do. And the quicker you do that, the quicker I can get this new channel monetized, and we could go from there. So here's another tidbit that I don't know if y'all guys heard about. Now, this girl is supposed to be related to our vice president in Cincinnati, Ohio, that the girl got denied a heart transplant being which is 12 years old, because she was not vaccinated against COVID. Now, y'all know good and damn well that the sweet and sour sniffles right about now with this whole gotta get vaccinated and all that has really died down, because people have now learned to live with it. I will say that what it is. Now, this is just me talking. I'm not a medical expert, so I do not need YouTube or any of these other wazos to try to hit me on it. But at the same time, this girl needs a heart transplant, and I don't see why that should affect her getting one. But let's continue what they're saying. So Cincinnati Children's Hospital allegedly denied a 12-year-old child a heart transplant because she isn't vaccinated against the COVID and the flu. Adaline Deal is a relative of Vice President J.D. Vance by marriage. Didn't take the vaccine due to religious beliefs as non-denominational Christians. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, I know a lot of people that they don't believe in that, those shots, because of their belief of faith. Earlier this month, Adeline's doctor said she would need to get the COVID vaccine and a flu shot to be put on the heart transplant list. Adeline was born with 2 heart defects. I thought, wow, so it's not about the kid, it's not about saving her life. Adeline's mother, Janine Deal, told the Cincinnati Enquirer. Now, this is what they also reported. The Indiana family says Cincinnati Children's won't put their 12-year-old daughter on the heart transplant list because of her vaccination status. Janine Deal, who is related by marriage to Vice President J.D. Vance, have siblings, said the hospital required her daughter to receive COVID-19 and flu vaccinations, which Janine and her husband are unwilling to do. The couple adopted Adeline from China when she was 4 years old. Adeline was born with 2 heart conditions. Janine said they adopted Adeline knowing she would one day need a heart transplant. Janine said Adeline has been receiving treatment at Cincinnati Children's for almost 10 years, and they hoped that she would receive a heart transplant there because they consider it the best hospital in the area. But earlier this month, Adeline's doctor said she would need to have the 2 vaccinations to put on the transplant list. According to Janine, the couple told the doctor the vaccines conflict with their religion and medical beliefs. The family is non-denominational Christian, but the hospital would not honor a religious exemption. Wow. Guys, I hate to say this, but I think this is politically related. And I may be wrong, but I really do. Because think about this. This child needs a heart. But I also know that we're living in a very liberal area. That they are living in a very liberal area like Cincinnati. Cincinnati is very liberal. This is how they get down. So I would not be surprised that that's the reason why they're not letting this child get taken care of, because of what's going on with who she's related to. Because I'm quite sure they know she's related to the president, the vice president. I mean, come on now. It ain't like they don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure that he's probably got things checked out, did research to help out the family. I mean, this is his half siblings. Yeah, and that is. And my wife just said that is a lawsuit, actually. If it's about that is a lawsuit, because what does their relation got to do with getting this girl taken care of? You're a doctor. Your whole goal in life is to take care of the patient. It shouldn't matter what your religious side is on. It's just like me getting upset with Kanye West for having a swastika selling shirts on his website. I might not be a fan of him selling swastikas on his website, but guess what? It's his freedom of speech. He is an American, and I'm not saying it because he's a black American. I'm saying it because he's an American. Whether you're black or white, that's what you want to sell. Same thing, just like a Pan-African person want to sell Pan-African paraphernalia. I have the choice to unclick it. I don't have to buy it. I don't have to support it. Same thing with this. This is a child. She needs a heart. Why are we being so petty that we want to make this child go against her religion to get the heart transplant, when you know the family's not going to do that because that's not their religious values? This is what I'm talking about. This is why we have so many issues with these Democratic people. They want to be petty for all the wrong reasons, and they be so petty they don't care who they hurt. But at the end of the day, they want you to take the time out and look at stupid shit like reparations. I'm just saying, make it make sense to me. I hope and pray that the family can get some type of relief on this situation, because this child is suffering for nothing. And I hope that they find a place for this child to go where she doesn't have to worry about that and get the help she needs. Because this right here is disgusting. Very, very disgusting. All right, let's talk about reparations. Last part of the night. Oh man, y'all know when I say what I say about this, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate comments on my section. But you know what? I stand on what I believe. That's what my wife loves about me. I stand on what I believe. So let's play this reparation video and give you my real feeling about this BS. All right. So again, this is fair use, fair use. I'm finna play this video. You can watch it on X on the RNC Research. This is going to be Democratic Representative Summer Lee. And you know, she's asking for reparations, but you know how they do. They always got to call Trump a white supremacist. They always start every speech about Trump being either a white supremacist or the white man that's oppressing everyone in America that is black. So let's go. Let's play this, man.
Our government, no matter who is in power, has an obligation to right these wrongs, to provide reparations for descendants of enslaved Africans, to eliminate the racial wealth gap, to uplift the Black community. White supremacy is rampant in this country. Just look at the current administration and our own legislative body. They have contributed to the social and economic harms, to racial terror Black folks have experienced in this country. Now, more than ever, we must acknowledge and repair those harms.
All right, let's dissect this because I'm about to be very straight and blunt. First and foremost, I get so sick of hearing about reparations because we as Black Americans that live in this country currently right now have no right to ask for it. And I'm going to tell you why we have no right to ask for it. Because we're not the one that were enslaved. It was our ancestors. And some of us wasn't even enslaved because some of us ain't even originally from here. Some of us got deported from here later on in the 1900s and things of that nature. Some of us is from the islands. Some of us is from Africa itself after the slave trade. So how are we going to track all this shit down, for one? Number two, we are the only group of minority people that get reparations every freaking day. Let's talk about the reparations we get, because I think some people is a little confused. As me being a Black American, as I gotten older now, I am starting to see the light of reparations we get. Let's talk about it. First things first, if we work at a job and if anyone of another color that's lighter than us says anything out the way, do something to us, or make us feel uncomfortable, all we have to do is go to HR, and HR is hurrying up and trying to get rid of the person because they don't want a lawsuit. Number two, we're the only group of people that even after that is happening, we can still go with a lawsuit and get compensation for it. Tell me if I'm lying or not. I know a lot of people that I know that's from the hood that got discriminated against and got a lawsuit within seconds. And then some of them that really didn't get discriminated against. They were just able to prove their case. Another thing, when it comes to us getting snaps and food stamps and things of that nature, we're the only group that can get that immediately. Okay? And is also not rushed to get off of the program. And in fact, we even encouraged to stay on these programs by these same liberal people that this Black caucus that's trying to say they stand up for Black people. You know, y'all are from the party that created Black folks not to have a nuclear family in the home to get access to said benefits, right? Oh, y'all won't talk about that. Last but not least, let's talk about education. We are the only group of people that can get into a lot of these Ivy League colleges, even though a lot of times we don't qualify because nobody do not want to be the bearer of bad news and tell us that, because then we'll say that it's because we're black. We also got a lot of grants. We also got a lot of our own Black History Month. Hell, we got Juneteenth. Hell, we got more shit for us in America than the damn Spanish people do. Hell, we about up there with the damn Indians and getting free shit damn near. So no, I'm out. We don't need no reparations. We got it. You want to uplift our community? I tell you how you can uplift our community. Quit hiring these people that say they so blackity black for blackity black, but as soon as they get in power and office, they like a Tiffany Dalton trying to lace their pockets. Or they like a Maxine Waters who gets a report that damn near all of the students in her district that are black cannot read at the grade level that they're supposed to be reading at, and act like that it's not a big deal. When can we do that? You know what I love about Malcolm X? Malcolm X is all about doing for self. That's why he never gets celebrated a lot of times in the black community. You know why? Because he wasn't like Martin Luther King, who also relied on us to be a lot of a socialist system, but Malcolm X was on do for self. Better your own community. Quit trying to use excuses and have to blame the white man for everything. Once you stop blaming the white man and focus on what you got going on, that's going to encourage him to focus on what he got going on. And we have a big problem with that in the black community. We're very tone deaf. And I think it's disgusting that every time you turn around, we want to call the president a white supremacist because he won't jump and do your reparation bill. Y'all been fighting for reparations for so long that it's comical at this point. Y'all did the same thing in California. What did the damn guy do? The governor of California shut it down. He lied to y'all and said, yeah, I'm going to do reparations. We're going to have a meeting and everything's going to be fantastic. And what did he do? He lied. He absolutely lied. God went and shut it down on y'all ass. Nah, man, I can't do that right now. We don't have the budget. It's always we don't have the budget. Let's revisit. So what does that tell you? That tell you even your most liberal daddies that's running around here trying to show that they got white guilt to make you feel good, they don't want to even comply and do the right thing for you anyway. So leave it alone. Let's move on to bigger topics. Let's focus on why we got so much crime in the black community. How about that? Why don't we focus on why in the world we're not putting more of these black criminals in jail and letting them back out? Let's talk about that. Y'all say y'all want to protect these black queens and black women, then why in the world y'all keep letting these guys that beat on them and assault them and hurt them, manipulate them like this to a point that they scared like these terrorists, these dangerous men, these Pookies and Ray Rays, y'all let them back out and let them hurt the black women, and then y'all want to play the whole, oh, we tried everything. Oh my God, it's so sad. No, you don't. You ain't tried nothing. You didn't do the right thing. Because these other communities, they don't play that noise. They make sure that the people that hurt their loved ones get locked up. We the only community that don't do that. Only community. So before we can start asking for reparations, why don't we start repairing our own, do some in-house cleaning? Because it seems like that's the only thing we don't know how to do. We have bad schools in our bad areas, and we don't even try to fix it. But we celebrate freaking TJ or Du Boy getting out of jail for the 80th time this year. We celebrate criminals. So I'm out. So no, I'm not for reparations. I used to be, but as I seen how we do things, I'm out. And then here's another thing, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. If we want reparations so bad, what is the plan for it? What are we gonna do? Spin it all up on rims and all this other shit, throw it up in the club? Are we going to do things the right way to help the community out? Y'all don't never talk about that plan. Are we going to have workshops to show our other Black Americans how to invest and take care of that money so they don't waste it? No. It's just like giving someone a brand new Ferrari that does not have no driver's license and never drove a car before. What's going to happen when you get someone a brand new fucking Ferrari with over 700 fucking horses in it, and you say, hey, buddy, here's the keys. I know you ain't never drove before, but good luck. You deserve it. I tell you what's going to happen. Somebody better have insurance on buddy, because it ain't going to work. They ain't coming back. So I'm done with it. If you don't like what I say, you ain't got to freaking follow me. You can unfollow me or whatever. You can call me a coon. You can say I don't love my mama. Hell, you can go as far and say that I hate myself and that I have decided that I want to be white. I don't care. I just know I'm standing on what I feel because it's dumb. You're an American now. You are fighting for something that has happened in your ancestors years ago. That's just like the same thing with Jewish folks. The Jewish folks that got their incentive, they were still alive. That because Germany felt guilty and did what they supposed to do. America didn't do it then, they ain't gonna do it now. Quit worrying about it. Let's go fix ourselves up, take what we've already got access to and call it a freaking day. Because that's our problem. We always want more, more, more. We're never satisfied. We get reparations, what else we gonna be looking for? Now we're gonna be wanting freaking people to kiss our ass and shit. I'm out, man. Anyway, guys, tell me what y'all think about tonight's show. Get in the comment section. Do you think that Donald J. Trump is being too forceful when it comes to wrapping up removing illegals? Do you think that the Elon Musk and the Doge team need to quit researching where our tax money is going because it's causing too much stress for the ones that don't want to look into it? Do you think that we need to, how can I put this, promote reparations for Black Americans? And last but not least, do y'all think that it is fair for Miss Pamela Bondi to go and put a lawsuit against all of these mayors and governors of these states and blue cities that do not want to do the right thing when it comes to assisting ICE? I just need y'all comments and opinions on this. And please, 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 if you do say anything in the comment section, be respectful, man. That's all I'm asking. Just be respectful. With that being stated, y'all know what it is. I'm calling it a night, man. I'm out.